Hey, how are you? Ready to go for a run?
Running connects us to a rush of energy that flows through our world. The cheers of friends that unlock a new gear within us. The intersection of interests that inspires a run crew. The support that gets you over the finish line. Connection is why we move forward and what inspires us to keep going. Let's run there. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
I hope that all of you listening from around the country are never in this position. But for the Gorman family of Westchester County, the joy of life is gone. Appearing publicly this weekend in Yorktown.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind.
And we have a lot to get to this hour. In fact, the next 2 hours. Dominic Carter here with you. We see your calls coming in. The number to reach me live over the course of the next 2 hours, 800-848-9222. Again, a lot to get to this hour, including the Inner Circle charity show this weekend. But first, this from Fox News.
Vigil held in the hometown of 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman, the Loyola Chicago student who was allegedly killed by an illegal immigrant. Gorman's mother demanding accountability and justice for those responsible.
As a mom, I'm angry. I'm completely heartbroken. And we are going to fight for justice for our sweet Sheridan. And we're going to fight for change. But we know not everyone will see it the same way we do.
Her alleged killer, a Venezuelan national, has been charged with first-degree murder, among other charges.
Local college student Sheridan Gorman, who was killed in Chicago, going to school in Chicago, and an illegal has been charged with shooting her in the back of the head. She didn't know him. He didn't know her. Her parents, Jessica and Thomas Gorman, as well as her sister, Madeline Gorman, spoke out. You just heard a little clip from her mother, Jessica, in tears.
This loss is truly unbearable. There really are no big words enough for it. But standing here, surrounded by this community that she loves so fiercely, I realize something. Her last gift to us is you. Your love, your stories, your kindness, your prayers. You are carrying her forward. And I want to say this gently, but honestly, as a mom, I'm angry. I'm completely heartbroken. And we are going to fight for justice for our sweet Sheridan. And we're going to fight for change. But we know not everyone will see it the same way we do. And not everyone will approach it the way we will. And that's okay. What matters is that we don't turn away from each other, that we actually listen, that we really try to understand, to stand in each other's shoes, even when they don't quite fit, even when it's uncomfortable, and even when it hurts. Because at the heart of all of this, we all want the same thing, for your children and for ours, to be safe, to be protected, and to come home. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. All of our kids, every single one of them, protecting them, loving them, showing up for them. And that is how we honor her.
A heartbroken mother. 800-848-9222. So much to get to. The No Kings rally, which turned violent in Portland and I believe L.A., Trump critics rallying across the country. You don't have something else better to do with your day. America is about accountability now and law and order. But Saturday night was also the Inner Circle show. Now, that's the big to-do where you have political reporters performing. I'm a member. I'm still a member. I've been a member for, I guess, about 25, 30 years. But I'm an inactive member because I don't perform anymore. I used to do it every year. And it's a skit. It's like the White House press corps. And you perform and you lampoon the mayor. And it's some sharp jokes in there. And at the end of the night, the mayor normally with a Broadway cast, even though it hasn't been that way in a while, normally responds after the show is over. And what would happen in years past is it would go on really, really, really late because the mayor couldn't go on until the Broadway show was done with their professional obligation that night. And then they would receive a police escort from that Broadway theater over to the Inner Circle show to perform with the mayor. All I could think about Saturday night, and thank you to Mr. Katsimatidis, Mrs. Katsimatidis, for inviting a number of us to be there. Mr. Katsimatidis was the focus of one of the skits. And all I could think about Saturday night, folks, is that we are close to losing the war. Well, Dominic, how do you define we? Those of you that can hear my voice, we collectively are close to losing the war. So the Inner Circle is among the most powerful and political elite in the city. And Mamdani, you would think that at Michael Jackson, that at his all-time high, you would think that Mamdani was Michael Jackson. The way that he was treated like an absolute rock star at the show. We are close to losing the war. I sat there with my mouth open. My mouth wide open. I could not believe what I was looking at. He came there with his pretty boy smile and everybody just, I don't know if it's the office of the mayor. Everybody just wanted to be Mamdani Saturday night. I could not believe, folks, what I was looking at. 800-848-9222. So Mamdani performs for his first Inner Circle performance, but making headlines. Not just one article tonight, but two. The New York Times and the New York Post. Take me out of this. The New York Times, the New York Post. The headline and the Post, and the reason why I say take me out of this is because this is all very, very sad for me. The headline in the New York Post, I am quoting. Now remember, there are two articles right now online about this. The headline in the article in the New York Post, I'm quoting, Curtis Lewa cozies up to Zora Mamdani and Cat Central comedy skit, but GOP doesn't find it funny. In the article, and I am quoting, it says some GOP insiders are livid at the 2025 mayoral candidate, Curtis Lewa, for cozying up to Mayor Mamdani, claiming the Guardian Angel founder betrayed them. The article goes on to say, some insiders are now claiming that they should get their political donations back after the skit at the Inner Circle show, which shows Sliwa giving Mamdani an allergy shot so that Mamdani can finally live with a kitty at Gracie Mansion, with the cat. A GOP operative is quoted in the New York Post story, and this is a direct quote. This is not Dominic Carter. This is a direct quote regarding Mr. Sliwa, that he betrayed his family, betrayed the Republican Party, betrayed everyone. That's just the New York Post. The New York Post. the New York Times, a full article that Republicans are upset, stating Mamdani and Curtis Sliwa performed a skit. New York Republicans are livid. 800-848-9222. So we're going to get to the No Kings rallies, plural, in a second. Well, let's bring some of you in with your telephone calls. Let's start with Michael, line 2 in New Jersey. Good evening, Michael. What's on your mind?
Yeah, good evening. The first thing I wanted to complain about is it's bad enough that the Democratic politicians are coming after Trump. But now
Michael, wait. Let me say something. I'll let you go ahead and have your say. You know that anybody can complain, right? I wouldn't be proud of starting out by saying the first thing I want to complain about. It should be about solutions. Anybody can complain. You do understand that, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a solution.
Okay, well, let's get to it. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you started out by saying the first thing you want to complain about. Go ahead.
Well, here's what I'm trying to say. It's bad enough they're doing it, but now the Pope is complaining against Trump, saying that he should go easier on the illegals. Well, why doesn't the Pope talk about that Irish Catholic girl, Gorman, who was murdered by an illegal? But the Pope never mentioned that. He's more interested in the illegals. And then he was complaining about the war. He should try to negotiate with the Iranians.
All right, fair enough. So what can any of us do to change the perspective of the Pope?
I'm not Catholic.
You're just complaining for the sake of complaining. Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you what. I'm not
Go
Catholic.
ahead, but Michael, you don't have a forum to go on all day. You got to get to the point.
The Catholics, his flock, should tell him, worry more about the pedophile priests who are attacking our children, and stop worrying about the illegals and telling Trump what to do. You've got enough problems. They have to close down a lot of Catholic schools to pay off the parents whose kids were molested by these pedophile priests. It was in the news, okay? They're closing down a lot of the schools because they can't pay off the parents to shut them up about all the damage that was done to their children. So that's who can go after the Pope. I'm not Catholic, so I can't go after him. I'm a proud Protestant, and I haven't heard any Protestant ministers saying that what we're doing with Iran is bad. I know my minister hasn't. Because if he did, I would stand up right in front of the congregation and I'd shut him up so fast he wouldn't know what hit him from what direction. But the Catholics, the Pope is great. Well, no, it's about time that you criticize your Pope. He is your head leader.
Good luck with
Say
that.
something against him.
Good luck with that.
Not
good
mine.
Good luck with that. Michael,
well, then,
thank you.
You know what? They deserve him. He's a lousy pope. He's probably one of the worst popes they've ever had, okay? And they're going to accept him and not open up their mouths? Then the heck with them. They deserve what they get, just like the voters, right? I know Protestants. I want to see a minister say what the Pope did, right? Maybe the
Good luck with that, Michael. In other words, I'm telling you, it's pie in the sky. Thank you for the call. It's not going to happen. Thank you for the call. Let's see here. Let's go to Norman in Brooklyn. Norman, what's on your mind?
Yeah, Dom. Yeah, first, just because somebody's popular doesn't mean that they're moral. There's been lots of popular people throughout history that have been absolutely evil. And the fact that the press is bowled over by them, and the New York liberal aristocracy are bowled over by them, that doesn't impress me at all.
But Norman, these are the movers and shakers in the world of politics, not just the political establishment. And you would think that Michael Jackson at his heyday walked into the room.
Right. Well, I would have been booing, but they didn't invite me. Number one. And number two, I would like from Curtis Sliwa, I would like my contribution back, frankly. I mean, good luck with that. But, I wouldn't mind having my $200 returned to me.
Well, I'm trying my best to pull back from this so it's not personal, but I hear you, Norman.
Okay.
Hey, Norman, before I let you go, what do you make of the No Kings rallies around the country this weekend?
What do I think about it? 10,000 people showed up for this thing. It's a frightening number, but it was promoted very heavily. It's being promoted by the Soros organization and this lunatic in China who's also a lib, a promoter and a benefactor to the libs. So 10,000 people is a lot of people. All the rallies that I took part in against the mandates, we consistently had 2,000, 4,000. So, 10,000, is it supposed to impress me? Okay, it impresses me. When I went to Washington on January 6th, there was between 500,000 and 1 million people there, and media hasn't said boo about that. They don't talk about between 500,000 and 1 million people showed up on January 6th in Washington. That they conveniently forget. No, we're a bunch of insurrectionists, and that's the only thing that's what they came up with. But the fact that there were between 500,000 and 1 million people assembling peacefully, for the most part, I did. They have amnesia. They don't think about that. So
fair enough, Norman, and thank you for the call. Let's see. Let's mix it up here. Let's go to at line 4, Ed in Babylon. Ed, good evening. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. I'm the guy that took a handsome picture with Dominic Carter at the Oscar party.
Okay. I remember, Ed. I remember well. You were right in front of me.
I didn't have Pepto-Bismol for you, but Hoboken and Mary said hello.
Tell her I said hello. She's an absolute doll.
You know what? You got the word right there. She can see her church from her kitchen window, and she does so much for it and for children, and people just think she's a comedian, but it's not all about that. It really isn't for her. It's about making people happy and being close to God.
And she does that each and every day.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, and I want to thank you for, I've been in the Columbus Day Parade. I met Curtis Leewood. I had to go up and meet John that's how I met John Matsatidis about a radio show that was for sale. He goes, here's my cell phone. I go, what? He goes, take my cell phone. We've been friends ever since. And I have to thank you because there's something going on with Curtis, And John sent me, let's just say somebody sent me Curtis's mixing with Mondavi, and he's goofing around, and they have a friendship. They're like a collusion there. So what happened with the money, with election money with Curtis, and I just don't know, and I'm putting it into your brain, but you're a lot smarter than me. So you're taking the lead, and I really respect that for you because you've got. I don't think I could call it a grudge to bear, but you're intelligent. And
I don't have a grudge to bear against anyone, Ed. It's my job to tell the truth, no matter where it takes me. And sometimes it takes you to places where you really don't want to go. And so, for example, this is, and thank you for the call, Ed, this is a clear example of a place where I didn't want to go. Taking on a beloved colleague that I've known for 30 years. I've known, and I've made promises to friends that I'm going to try and stay away from this. So I'm not going to go too deep into this, okay? But it was not an easy topic for me to take on. But I knew from the first debate that something was wrong. Something was terribly wrong. And sure enough, exactly what I thought is coming to bear now. And you have the New York Post tonight and the New York Times, each with articles. And this is just the beginning. Let's go to Jay in New Jersey. Line 3. Jay, what's on your mind?
Yeah, I told you the night of the first debate, and I completely agreed with you. I liked Curtis a lot, but I really was upset by the way he acted. He went after Cuomo the entire time and covered for Mamdani. He didn't even, it wasn't just that he didn't attack Mamdani. He actively covered for him, and anybody with any, anybody that was able to see that wasn't a disillusioned, Curtis supporter was able to see that, and something was very strange about it. And now we see this, and it's bizarre how Curtis isn't even that doesn't even realize what this looks like, because he should be afraid of what this will bring. This is going to bring a whole new scrutiny to what happened, and Curtis should be afraid of what this will
scrutiny and investigations.
Yeah, and I know you're trying to be impartial here, and you don't want to, the flames of Curtis wants to stay relevant, as you say, and you don't want to keep talking about him. At the same time, you have to cover him as a journalist, and I commiserate with your predicament over here, but I think you're doing a fine job of staying true to your job.
Well, thank you, Jay. Here was the dilemma that I faced today. Do I not mention this at all when it's the elephant in the room and you've got the New York Times and the New York Post writing about this tonight? And this is just the beginning. When the truth of the matter, and this is all I'll say, the truth of the matter is, even when I worked with this individual, it was clear to me that age was starting to settle in, that he was starting to miss a beat a few times, that he was trying to, a term that the kids use, fake the funk. But age, grandfather time was catching up to him. The same way it's going to catch up to me and everybody else. And so I don't know if he's making smart decisions, because I really believe senility, I really believe this, is starting to kick in, and he's got a bad person in his ear advising him. That's going to take him all the way down. He's not far from all the way down yet. He's not that far from it now. And so that's as far as I'm going to go. The only reason why I'm commenting is because the New York Times, because of the skit this weekend, and because the New York Times and the Post are, it's a miracle in itself right there, Jay, that the Post and the Times are writing about this tonight, and that Republicans are demanding their money back.
Yeah, well, this is a real important story, because what we see here is that there was a clear, cozy collaboration between the Republican and the Democrat candidates for mayor, and that's strange to most people. And for some reason, Curtis doesn't think that's going to be strange to most people, and he's not. He doesn't care to do that. So as you correctly pointed out, this will direct the scrutiny back at what happened, as it should. And those contributions should absolutely be returned. And Curtis supporters should be angry. I know a lot of them aren't, because they're still deluded. But what Curtis did was a real job he pulled out on the New York community.
Jay, thank you very much for the call. Let's go to Sandra, New Jersey, also in New Jersey. What's on your mind, Sandra?
Hi, Dominic. I was wondering if time goes on and we learn that this election wasn't legit, is it possible to do it again?
If you're referring to the New York City mayor's race, it was legit. You can have two candidates working against one. It was legit.
Oh.
Yeah, there's nothing. Right. There's nothing unless you can find fraud. Real fraud, and even then, it's almost impossible. There's nothing that's going to overturn Mamdani as the mayor of New York City. There's nothing that's going to do that. Nothing.
Okay.
The only thing that can happen is investigations, and Hey, Sandra, but I got another question for you here. So I have the cinnamon sticks, I have the garlic, and I have the cloves, correct?
The cloves, not garlic, cloves. Right.
Wait, but I thought it was garlic. I got the...
No garlic. It's simply one cinnamon stick, maybe a tablespoon of those little baby cloves in the jar, and ginger that you peel.
Right. I have ginger. But wait, so I have ground cloves. That's not it, right? I need the leaves or whatever.
I think it's supposed to be the ones that I was told and that I bought are the little balls, the teeny little balls of cloves. So, look, maybe that's good to start. When you make it again the next time, you'll get it with the little balls. And
wait,
I'm sure.
Hey, Sandra, wait a minute. Matt Blaze, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing, Matt Blaze?
What is this concoction the two of you are talking about? What is this for?
Well, it's supposed to regulate your blood sugar level, and it's also very good for inflammation. So you take these 3 ingredients, you boil it in a pot for 2 minutes, and you make a brew, and then you have very little every morning, like a third of a cup, and that's all you have. But you make a lot, so you don't have to do it every day. Then you refrigerate it, and every morning or every night before you go to sleep, you have some. And it's supposed to be very good for diabetes, to regulate the sugar and also the blood sugar, and also it's good for inflammation. So those two, so it's a very healthy thing for everyone. And you know what,
Sandra, do you have to say an incantation, too, as you're making the witch's brew?
Hang on.
You have to say something?
I don't know.
Because it sounds like you're making a brew for a spell.
No,
Sugar. This... Balazim, balazam, sugar. Go ran.
No. You don't have to say anything. You just make it and just drink it. And Michael claims that he's having to do less of those shots or whatever it is, those little pricks. I don't know. And I said maybe
to test his blood sugar.
Yeah, he says he has to do it less now. Now I don't know if it's a coincidence or what. But it doesn't hurt, Dominic, but it could help.
Oh, well, that's wonderful, Sandra. Even though Matt Blaze is laughing at both of us, that's wonderful.
Oh, he always laughs at me. He's funny. Ask Dominic, how's his dog doing? I always wonder about his dog.
She's doing great.
So is she still in school, or is someone watching the dog, or what?
Oh, no, she got kicked out of school. She got kicked out of doggy daycare, so now she's just home. She's being homeschooled by me.
Oh, all right, because I was going to offer to help you with your dog, but you probably live too far away. I don't know where you live. I live in New Jersey, as you know. So I would have been happy to take the dog every day and really make it happy. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Matt.
You're too far away, Sandra, but thank you for the offer.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So don't laugh at us, Matt Blaze. Sandra, thank you for the call. Folks, we see all of your calls coming in. We are going to take a break, and we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Instagram teen accounts have automatic protections for what teens see and who can contact them, plus time management tools. And Instagram will continue adding built-in safety features to help create age-appropriate experiences. Learn more about teen accounts and Instagram's ongoing work to protect teens online at instagram.com/teen accounts.
This episode is brought to you by Redfin. You're listening to a podcast, which means you're probably multitasking. Maybe even scrolling home listings on Redfin, saving homes without expecting to get them. But Redfin isn't just built for endless browsing. It's built to help you find and own a home. With agents who close twice as many deals, when you find the one, you've got a real shot at getting it. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
If you're chasing data down instead of seeing it in one place, you need the Intuit ERP. Intuit Enterprise Suite. All your data in one place with built-in AI for real-time insights. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
Adobe Acrobat Studio, your team's home base. Collaborate within a shared PDF space. You've got your docs, your plans, your specs, and then invite the crew to build what's next. They talk up the teamwork. They think that this design could be a contender. And when somebody wonders what's the next step, AI helps you finish the rest. Bolts are tight, now your plan's refined. Run a smoother business when you're all aligned. Do that with Acrobat. Learn more at adobe.com/do-that-with-Acrobat.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Our owner-operator, John Catsimatidis, meeting with Mayor Mamdani last week, and Mr. Catsimatidis appeared on New York One and was asked, what did Mamdani say about him? What did Mamdani say about President Trump to Mr. Catsimatidis.
He loves New York, and he wants to do anything. And you know what he said? He said to me, "What did he say about me?"
What did Mamdani say about him?
Yeah, that's what he was.
Right.
That was, and I said, everything was very civilized, and I did enjoy the discussion with Mamdani, and it was very civilized. And look, I pray and hope for the best for New York because we love New York and we want New York to make a big comeback.
And Mr. Catsimatidis continuing on New York One, talking about his meeting with Mamdani.
I fought the war. I had my mission. I failed. And we joked about that. I said, look, but I enjoyed meeting him. He has a great smile, and he has a great personality. Look, what is the real Zohran Mamdani? I don't know. I'm hoping. I'll tell you what I said to him. I said to him is, you're a smart guy. You went to Bronx Science. You have a choice. You're on the edge of disaster or you're at the edge of success.
And that's the owner of this station, Mr. Catsimatidis, as well as Margot Catsimatidis, the owner of this station. Mr. Catsimatidis talking about his meeting with Mayor Mamdani. Let's go back to your telephone calls. Let's go to line 2, Miguel in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Miguel, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, it's good to talk to you. And I know they've been giving you things to drink or eat, but I have something that's very simple. It doesn't taste bad. And I lost 160 pounds on this.
Okay, it says here you want to talk about political issues, Miguel. But go ahead.
Yeah. So turmeric and pepper, if you put in anything you eat, that'll help you lower the sugar and all that. And cinnamon in your coffee.
And cinnamon in my coffee.
Yeah.
Turmeric. Okay, so what did you want to talk about?
Oh, I want to talk about the Curtis thing. I saw this video, and when I saw it, the first thing that came to my mind is all the things you were telling us seem to be correct. Some payment, something must have happened. Or I was thinking the video could be AI. I don't know.
No, it's not AI. It's not that happened. That was part of the performance Saturday night.
So that was part of, okay. So they did the same thing basically that was done with the Democrats, where all 5 said, don't rank Cuomo. And they all, Mamdani ended up beating him anyway. Mamdani was going to win anyway, as you can see.
No, he wasn't going to win.
Everywhere he goes.
Miguel, you could think whatever you want. Mamdani was not going to win anyway. If these shenanigans didn't happen, Mayor Cuomo would have been in office for 3 months now. You could bet my life on that. He would not have won the election if this stuff didn't occur. But Miguel, thank you very much for the call. Let's go to line 4, Teddy in Yonkers. Teddy, good evening. What's on your mind?
Good evening. I saw this week today on Channel 7, and Chris Christie, who I love, who I think is brilliant, articulate.
What makes him brilliant? I think he's the biggest hottie ever in the room. Wait a minute. It's not the Teddy Show. It's not the Teddy Show. It's not. Lower his audio. I'm going to try this one more time and then I'm going to cut you off. Either you be good or you're not going to be on the program. Now, which one is it? You're not going to talk over me. Which one is it? Either you hung up. So now you're banned for another week and a half. Teddy will not be on this show. Today is what day of the week is it? 3/29. Teddy will not be on this program until at least tax day, 4/15, simply because of your antics right there. This is not the Teddy Show. Stay in your lane, clown. There's a reason why I take your calls, and it's not for your intelligence, and it's not for rating purposes. Believe me. So he's banned now until April 15th. Keep it up, Teddy. The same way you were banned on the morning show, you're close to heading that way with me. You will not be on until at least April 15th, simply because of your antics of what you just did. Let's see here. Let's go to Lynn, line 2 in Manhattan. Lynn, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I love your show. I want to ask a question. You're smarter than I am. Perhaps you can answer my question.
I don't know about that,
maybe,
but go ahead.
or maybe someone else can answer this question. I'm a little confused about something. I noticed in the primary election, they had ranked choice voting, and yet for the general election, they did not have ranked choice voting. I mean, where's the consistency? Why would they have from one election and not the other?
Because a bunch of people that think they're the smartest people in the room said, oh, let's switch to ranked choice voting. It's got to be the dumbest thing. I say this consistently. It's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. And do you like it or you don't like it?
I'm not a fan of it, but I do think that consistency matters. I mean, if you're going to use it for one election, use it for the other.
I agree with you on
that. Or just scrap it all together. Mm-hmm.
Right. But I mean, if you don't get this point in the top 2 finishers and then your points from this one go, it means that your vote matters more. No, it doesn't. But thank you for the wonderful call. Before I go to Anthony in Rhode Island, I do want to focus on this, the No Kings rally, yes, I'm laughing, that occurred throughout the country. I think that Scott Jennings on CNN, right, he does an excellent job, and especially on this, pointing out who's in the crowd of these anti-Trump rallies.
So these No Kings rallies actually look pretty representative to me of the Democratic coalition. I saw people flying the hammer and sickle in New York City. I saw Hezbollah flags. I saw Hamas flags. I saw Palestinian flags. I saw trans signs. I see weirdo liberal boomers out there. This is pretty representative of the Democratic coalition, and that's who funds it as well, by the way. And so I think if America looks at this and says, what do the two parties stand for? They got it at the No Kings rally.
No, I think if you Americans were out there, Republicans.
You like hammer and sickle? You like hammer and sickle flag?
That's not what that No Kings stood for.
They had a bunch of them.
That, and that is,
they come from somewhere.
Out there.
All right.
A lot of common flags.
Thank you, one and all.
And Scott Jennings, again on CNN, making the point that I think we all can agree with, certainly any reasonable person, that Democrats these days are more interested about protecting illegals than the American people.
We can all agree, though, that this is highly irresponsible. We're at war, and we have the thing called Homeland Security closed. I know it was a long time ago, but let's all go back and remember how this started. Democrats don't want to have any funding or enforcement of our immigration laws. Yeah. For this fiscal year, Department of Homeland Security has been shut down 50% of the time. Highly irresponsible, and in both cases, it was Democrats, frankly, just throwing a fit about immigration. That's it. They care more about no immigration enforcement than people moving around the country.
So there you have it. And before Anthony in Rhode Island, I'm coming to you in just 1 second. But folks, have you noticed with the assistance of ICE, the TSA lines across the country, they're shorter. Things are slowly, as they're going to be paid today, the TSA workers, things are slowly getting back to normal, if you will. Not exactly there yet, but this from Fox News.
Are looking a lot better here this weekend. Lines are moving. People aren't waiting for too long. But that comes after a rough week of lines that at some points were stretching all throughout the entire terminal. And even though TSA workers are set to get paid as soon as tomorrow, thanks to the president's executive order, one officer we spoke to says he's not sure how much it will help.
The problem is we only see who's not here. We don't know who's coming back. And so until you have the government finally opening up, we truly won't know the impact. Please rectify it, because at the end of the day, not only do we get hurt, but the American flying public's going to get hurt, because it's going to keep on escalating.
But something that is helping TSA are ICE agents. ICE was initially helping with managing lines, controlling crowds, but now a lot of them are checking people's IDs before the TSA checkpoint, so those TSA workers still on the job can focus on specialty screening.
Okay, let's get back to your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. Dominic Carter here with you. Let's go to Anthony, line 1, Rhode Island. Anthony, what's on your mind?
Dominic, thanks for taking my call. And it's nice to hear how people are calling in and just wanting to share about how it can better your health. And I have something of a drink. It's a tablespoon of chia seed. Put it in a glass of water overnight. Let it sit. Maybe add a little bit of squeezed lemon in the morning. Just drink it. And the chia seed, you'll see how it inflates a little bit overnight like a sponge. And what it does is when you drink it, it helps your arteries, it helps inflammation, and it will also help your blood sugar.
Really? Now, when I get home, I have chia seeds. So you're saying put a tablespoon of chia seeds in a glass of water, and you said maybe some lemon in the morning?
Yeah, a little bit of lemon, because a lemon is good for your liver. It helps. Lemon helps with liver and things like that. But drink it in the morning. You'll see how and it goes down smooth, no problem. You do that every morning. It also helps with appetite. It can also help with craving.
Yeah. Is that something you do every morning?
I've just started doing it. Not that I have diabetes. I like to work out. I like to exercise regularly. But when it comes to my health, it's always good to add something different. And I use chia seed in my shake. And instead of putting it in the shake, now I just add a tablespoon in the water. I let it sit overnight. And in the morning, first thing, before you have anything to eat, drink that up first and wait a little bit. And you're going to see how it can help you.
Now, can I put it in the fridge or leave it sitting out overnight?
Just leave it on the counter. Yeah, leave it on the counter. Tempered water, which I enjoy drinking.
Yeah, see, I don't enjoy it. To me, that's like, hey, Blaze, I don't know about you. To me, I like my water cold. I know, like my aunt raising me, she used to say you can't drink the water cold. She used to say to me years ago, you got to have six, what do you call them? The bottles of water a day, a minimum of 6. And they got to be room temperature, not cold. I don't like it, Anthony or Blaze, unless it's cold. Let's let Blaze respond first.
I actually do keep the water out on the kitchen counter.
Oh, thanks a lot.
But I got used to that because it wasn't me. It didn't start with me.
Okay.
So I like other beverages have to be cold. But the water I can deal with now.
Okay, well, I'll try it, Anthony. Thank you. Anthony, give us a call back in a few days, and we'll see if I'm still around after trying this for a few days. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Blaze. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, coming up at the top of the hour, what Michelle Obama has to say about being a presidential candidate and America electing a president. That's coming up. America electing a woman president. That's coming up in about 10 minutes, a little more than 10 minutes from now. I'm going to go to Among the Calls, John in Long Island in just a moment. But first, so I have been telling you folks for years about the Democrat Party, the plantation, the Democrat Party. Well, more and more these days, others are starting to speak up. Nick Cannon, an African-American who's very popular, very, very popular. He's sounding off on the Democrat Party as well. He recently did a online segment with one of his guests, happens to be a woman, and they were driving in this truck talking about the Democrat Party. Listen to this.
Part of the Republican Party?
Uh-huh. That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal.
Yeah.
I was a liberal Democrat my whole life.
Is that because the bag has got so intense and so heavy that you had a whole nother, you up there with the elite now?
Not even close. Not even close. Democrats don't care about black people. Okay, and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. And the Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
People don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Yep.
I mean, both of you and I have some conservative views. You just a little bit more outspoken about it than I am. And I don't subscribe to either party.
So there you have it. More and more these days, more folks are starting to speak out. Hey, one thing that's good news. This is good news. It is official. The vice president's White House fraud task force. Guess who they are officially targeting, who they are officially looking at, and it couldn't happen to a better person. Ilhan Omar of Minnesota.
Talk about Ilhan Omar and Tim Walz.
Exactly.
And obviously, Ilhan Omar, the president and the White House have been out saying that she married her brother, that there is immigration fraud going on here. These are deportable denaturalization offenses. Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, so we actually think that Ilhan Omar definitely committed immigration fraud against the United States of America. And I talked to Stephen Miller about this actually recently. We're trying to look at what the remedies are. That's the thing that we're trying to figure out is what are the legal remedies now that we know that she's committed immigration fraud? How do you go after her? How do you investigate her? How do you actually do the thing? How do you build the case necessary to get some justice for the American people? There's a related issue, Benny, which is she has been at the center of a lot of the worst fraudsters in the Somalian community. So do I know that Ilhan Omar was aware that the Quality Leering Center was defrauding the American people? I'm not certain of it, but we at least need to investigate it, because if people can commit wrongdoing without even the fear that they're going to be found out, that's a fundamental problem. So I'm worried about the immigration fraud. I'm also worried about what did Ilhan Omar know about what was happening in the Somali community, and why was nobody looking into it until, frankly, Donald Trump came along.
So there's a song, it's an R&B song, says, I'm going down because you're not around, right? I think Ilhan Omar can start singing that song. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. Let's go to John, line 2, Long Island. John, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, quick thing I want to talk about, like diabetes and sugar and so forth. My dad was diabetic for many years, and I saw the things he did to improve his health. The most important thing to note, Dominic, is that protein is very neutral. Fat is a stabilizer. Carbohydrates is what activates your glucose. In the morning, you have 2 eggs. You can alternate that with 2 eggs one morning to alternate with cottage cheese with some blueberries and some nuts. And then for lunch, you have some tuna, some turkey breast, chicken breast.
John. Blaze says, I'm already cranky enough. Can you imagine, Blaze, if I ate 2 eggs? Why are you laughing? If I ate 2 eggs in the morning with some nuts, you said, John? What was that? Blaze, can you imagine?
No, you can alternate. But
yeah, but I used to hate eggs. I'm not even supposed to have eggs because I have high blood pressure.
All
I'm
right.
only supposed to have egg whites.
That's a bunch of BS. So that whole thing with egg whites is a bunch of nonsense. Have hard-boiled eggs, salt and pepper on it, with a Melba toast in the morning. That's a protein drink. Alternate it every morning with 3 different types of protein. Cottage cheese one morning with blueberries and some
cheese,
nuts.
Yeah, okay.
Very good.
Blaze,
On
how well
cheese.
you think that's going to work?
Not at all.
Well, it's
cottage cheese and blueberries.
Yeah, my father went with the top doctors in the world, and it controls his diabetes. So I don't know what you know, but I know my father had a very top doctor on the topic, and it controls glucose tremendously. So there's not a bunch of nonsense or a bunch of internet news. This is real stuff. It stabilizes the glucose. The problem when you're diabetic, you have to control your sugar. Your insulin is spiked constantly. You have to control it, and by controlling, yes, sir.
That it does.
So,
hey, John, no, I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just having fun.
No, I know. I'm trying to help you.
I believe you.
I have a lot
but
of experience in my dad.
But the problem is, I'm a meaty type guy. I like the only pork I really like is bacon. I like ham. Stuff I'm never supposed to have.
You can have bacon. Obviously, you have bacon. I suggest it's protein. You can have it all the time. For dinner, have a steak. Have some broccoli with that. But just keep away from the breads and the rice and the corn. Those are insulin spikers. And certain types of fruit. There's low glycemic fruits like strawberries and blueberries are low in sugar. Bananas are high. Apples are very high in sugar.
That.
Yeah.
Hey, John, nothing but love going to you. Thank you,
problem.
man. I just don't know how the 2 eggs is going to work. But here's what we're going to do. I've got to take a break. Hour number 2 is coming right up, and the number to reach me right now, live up until 1 a.m., is 800-848-9222. Coming up, the topic of Michelle Obama. I told you folks she wasn't going to run before. Oh, she's going to run. She's going to run. No, she's not. She's not presidential material. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Whether you bond over streaming binge-worthy videos, watching sports recaps, video gaming, or by unplugging altogether, the 2026 Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid helps keep you connected throughout your journey. Learn more at Lincoln.com. Available connectivity features and functionality vary by model. Package pricing, trials, and term lengths vary by model. Video streaming and games are only available while parked.
Hey there, it's me, John Stamos, in partnership with Cologuard. And a little birdie told me you're over 45. Listen, that's not old. It's really not. But it's an important age. If you're at average risk, that's when you start screening for colon cancer. And look, it's okay to be nervous, but it's not okay to ignore your own health. It's time to see if the Cologuard test can be an option for you to get screened. All right. I'm glad we had this little chat.
Next up, a laughing session from The Laughing Cow. Now, unpeel a wedge of the Laughing Cow light spreadable cheese, a delicious snack with 2 grams of protein and 25 calories per wedge.
By the time I hit my 50s, I'd learned a few things, like how family is precious. Work can always wait. And 99% of people over 50 already have the virus that causes shingles. Not everyone at risk will develop it, but I did. The painful, blistering rash disrupted my life for weeks. Don't learn about your shingles risk the hard way. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today. Sponsored by GSK.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we have a lot to get to this hour. We are starting with the former First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. There was a lot of talk that she might run for president herself. I told you folks that was absolutely ridiculous, that she didn't have the temperament to be the Democrat nominee or to be the president of the United States. She was asked about Democrats and whether or not Democrats can take back the presidency by nominating a straight white Christian man. And here was her response.
Do you think that that impacts the room that we've made for a woman to be president?
Well, as we saw in this past election, sadly, we ain't ready. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. You're not ready for a woman. You are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
The former First Lady getting caught up there. She never was going to run for president and never will. This weekend, very sad, in Yorktown Heights, Westchester County, the first appearance for the family of first public appearance for 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman, the young woman murdered by an illegal shot in the back of the head. She was a college student in Chicago.
At a memorial for Sheridan Gorman in her hometown of Yorktown Heights, New York, where mourners are gathering to celebrate her life. 25-year-old Venezuelan illegal immigrant Jose Medina has been arrested in connection to the killing and made his first court appearance yesterday, where a judge ruled he must stay behind bars ahead of his upcoming trial. The Gorman family is calling for accountability, saying this is about, quote, refusing to normalize the loss the family is dealing with.
From Fox News, and if this doesn't boil your blood enough, while the family is in tears and all of this is going on, what's the mayor of Chicago doing? While this entire situation regarding 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman is going on. What's the mayor doing, Brandon Johnson of Chicago? Well, he's at the No Kings rally stating that in the city of Chicago, we believe in protecting, quote, every single person in this city. I want you to listen to this clown.
Yo, what's up, Chicago? Look around. Our movement is bigger. Our resolve is stronger. And we're sending a message, no kings in America. It's about the power of the people. And here in the city of Chicago, we believe in protecting every single person in this city. Black, brown, white, Asian, young, old. We are protecting the working people of this city. And we're sending a clear message that we're going to end this assault against working people. We're going to end these assaults against immigrants. And we're going to end these endless wars and stand up for our democracy. Are you with me, Chicago? I'm talking about building a movement that ensures that people can afford rent. People can send their kids to a public school and it's fully resourced. They can have access to health care, transportation, and good paying jobs. This is just not about electing people. This is making sure that the people have the power. Are you with me, Chicago?
Now, does that sound like the mayor that in his city just lost an 18-year-old freshman college student to an illegal? This man is delusional, and he should not be the mayor of Chicago, right? So he's the mayor of Chicago. I want you to listen to Stephen Miller at the White House talking about Chicago.
Think about a working man in Chicago, a productive citizen. His sense of honor, his sense of decency compels him to work hard, follow the laws, pay his taxes. What do his taxes get him in Chicago? A park he can take his family to? Hell no. A school he can send his kids to? Not a chance. A police department that will protect him and his wife and his children? No way. So that man is forced to work for a government that at every turn is arrayed against him. In Democrat city after Democrat city, that's their vision for this country. That's what President Trump is fighting against every single day.
Let's start with your telephone calls. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Line 2, Joe, Ozone Park. Joe, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, love your show. What I wanted to just say, I was going to comment on Michelle Obama, but if you don't mind, I just wanted to just keep the Save America Act on the front burner, because if we don't get this passed now before November, and all predictions are the Democrats may take back the House, we are never, ever going to get it done.
No, I hear you, but the votes are not there, Joe. So it's that simple. So what happens if the votes are not there? I want it to pass, but the votes are not there. So we're talking about it, but the votes are not there.
The president was saying that something that they could attach it to a reconciliation and
we'll
get
see.
it done that way.
We'll see. Is there anything else you want to comment on before I move on, Joe?
No, I love your show, Dominic. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go to line 1, Tom in Trenton, New Jersey. Tom, what's on your mind?
How's it going, Dominic? I have a question. Do you think Western civilization realizes where we're headed? The Islamist extremists are trying to take over Western civilization. Well, everyone screams at Trump for getting rid of our European allies. In 20 years, there ain't being no Europe. Everything's being Iran. Everything's being Iraq. It's all being Islamists. They hate us. They want to kill us. Why don't we trust even Saudi Arabia? They all hate us.
Tom, it says here you wanted to talk about Ilhan Omar.
I did, but you sound like you switched topics on me. I called a while back.
Okay, thank you for the call. Let's go to line 3, Ira in Trenton, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Ira?
Hey, Dominic, how are you? Love your show.
Thank you.
So I'm just,
what's on your mind?
I'm just with the comparisons between Iraq and Iran, right? So with Iraq, we had sort of the same situation where we went in, We all remember President Bush standing there with the signs, victory accomplished, and all this. At the end of the day, what are we doing with 92 million people that we don't know their situation there? We don't know how we're going to control things. I mean, where's the what happened with the protesters? That's what I was hoping for, you know? Like when they were in the streets.
First of all, I believe you're talking about Iran right now, so that the audience can follow you. Is that okay? Go ahead.
Yes, right. I'm with Iran, right? So they're there in the streets. They're butchering 50,000 people. Had we come in then, the thought of everyone watching the news was that these people would rise up against these animals and sort of take their country back. Now, where are those people? We're there. We've made it. President Trump promised them help is on the way. If there was ever help given, it's here right now. We see, unless maybe, you know, the internet is black, then we don't know what's going on in there. But it's, you know, where's the game plan? Where are the Kurds? Kurds were supposed to come in. You know, if we don't have people on the ground with guns, you know, we're looking at a regime that since 1979 has stripped every single freedom-loving citizen of weapons. We're dealing with the IRGC, which we've seen has no issue whatsoever mowing down 50, 100,000, 200,000. They have no problem gassing an entire square of 400,000 people without batting an eyelash. To these people, human life means nothing. Zero.
Okay, but Ira, Ira, let's deal with the here and now, right? And I'm about to focus on this in a few minutes. You've got, 3,500 troops headed to the Middle East already there. So that train has already left the station, you know. So what happens with the here and now?
What do you mean? I'm not sure what you're saying.
Meaning that you're saying we're the people in the streets protesting. That train left the station. The Marines are there now, you know, or almost there, 3,500. So we're almost at the point of ground troops, right, going in. And can you reasonably expect people to get out there and protest with American ground troops about to come in?
Why not? I mean, if you're not going to have
so you're going to put your life on the line and go out there in the middle of war.
So that's what you're saying. You're saying that they're afraid to come onto the street because they know that
as a matter of fact, they've been told not to come out and protest. Yes.
Let me ask you.
Well, no, I can't go on forever about this, Ira. I got to move on to other calls.
No. This is on the Iran topic.
No. I got to move on to other callers. You've gone on more than the time I should have let you go on. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Bill, Bay Ridge, line 1. What's on your mind, Bill?
Hey, Dominic, how you doing, pal?
Good. Go right ahead, please.
Dominic, I'd like to paint the picture of this fool mayor from Chicago that paints this utopia that's there in Chicago. Does he read the police reports of how many people get shot and the young children that get shot?
Hey, you know what, Bill? The next caller right after you says he disagreed with me calling Brandon Johnson delusional. Let me just see. Let's bring him in. So, Charles,
please.
You think I'm wrong to – hold on, Bill. You think I'm wrong to refer to the mayor as delusional?
The people cheering him on are delusional. Johnson is evil and a liar. He knows what he's saying.
So you're saying it goes further. Okay, all right. Let me deal with Bill. You're saying it goes further. All right, Bill, go ahead, please.
Yes, like I was saying, Dominic, I guess this fool doesn't read the police reports of the murders and people getting shot.
That's not important to him.
We killed about a month ago that young child that was shot in the head just sitting in the car seat.
Not important to him. Not important.
No, it's not important. He just spreads this rhetoric and gets up there like there's nothing going on. He lives in a fantasy land. How this guy's not thrown out of office for his failure, and so is the governor Pritzker there. They're two maniacs, and the people there, their lives are in danger every day.
Absolutely.
Just walking out their front door, Dominic.
Bill,
it's a shame.
It is. Thank you for the call. Let me bring in Charles.
You,
Charles, you got 25 seconds here. Go ahead, please.
Johnson is not living in fantasy land.
Wait, are you on a speakerphone? It's very hard to understand what you're saying. Charles, are you on a speakerphone?
No.
Okay, go ahead. It's very hard to understand you.
I'm saying Johnson is not in fantasy land and is not delusional. The people cheering him on are delusional. Johnson's a liar and he's evil. He knows what he's saying.
You said that. We got it, Charles. Thank you. Time for a break. We're coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to the phones we go. 800-848-9222. Walter in Wisconsin. It says here on my screen, Walter, that you think that there has to be something wrong with my screen. It says here that you believe Brandon Johnson is a great mayor.
Absolutely, Dominic. Brandon Johnson is standing up to President Trump, and no kings to Brandon Johnson means exactly what it should mean to all of us.
Okay, all right, wait, because you sound like a crank call. Tell me 3 things Brandon Johnson has done that you like.
Yeah, I like how Brandon Johnson is standing up to
No.
Trump.
No. You're not going to get off that easy, Slick. Tell me 3 things he's done that you like.
I don't live in Chicago.
Yeah,
Dominic.
all right, so tell me 3 things that he's done that you like.
Dominic,
do you like the fact? Do you like the fact? Do you like the fact that black kids are just dying like flies in Chicago? Do you like the fact that college kids that are 18 years old are being shot in the back of the head? Do you like the fact that white women are being attacked in the middle of Chicago, punched in the eye where their eye sockets are broken? Do you like any of those?
Brandon Johnson's not doing those things. That's
so
criminal.
Brandon Johnson has blown the city's budget on in terms of on migrants, and Chicago has had a deficit in the education program. So I'll say again, tell me 3 things that he has done that you like except for standing up to Trump, or nothing matters except for, and this is what the problem is in America. You like him solely because you think he's standing up to Trump.
He is standing up to ICE, killing American citizens.
Okay, so then tell me 3 things he's done that you like.
I like his spirit. I like the way he stands up and says.
So in other words, you don't have an answer. Walter, if you had on a slip, I would say right now you're exposing your slip. You don't have anything of substance to add to the conversation except for you don't like Trump. Now, why don't you just say that up front?
I don't like Trump. I'm glad to say that up front.
Okay, so what don't you like about Trump?
I think that Trump is a king. I believe in no king.
No. Listen, Walter. Put your little notes away, okay? Put your little notes away, your little superficial notes.
I've got no notes.
What is it that you don't like? Be specific.
Put your notes away, Dominic.
Excuse me?
No, I've got no notes.
Okay, so tell me. All right, so then tell me what you. Besides this line, I don't want kings. Tell me what you don't like about Trump.
I don't like that Trump wants to suspend the Constitution. He wants to.
So in other words, you can't give me a single answer, can you? You can't give me a single answer.
He wants.
You are lost in the woods. You can't give me a single answer. Walter, do me a favor and do yourself a favor. If I were you, I really wouldn't call talk radio because you have nothing of substance to add to the conversation. And you are the weakest link. It's time for you to meet Mr. Click. Thank you for the waste of time. Folks, if you're going to call up here, please have something to say. Please don't call up here and go, oh, I love Brandon Johnson. Well, tell me what he's done. Oh, he's standing up to Trump, standing up to ICE. Well, what about all the dead people? Well, what about that? Does that account for anything? Or that means absolutely, oh, I don't like Trump. You just heard, folks, of exactly what's wrong with America today. That last phone call, Walter from Wisconsin, that is exactly why our country is in the shape that it's in. It's exactly why somebody like Biden could win the White House and we're left dealing with the mess now. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This message comes from NPR sponsor Paramount Plus and the new original series, The Madison. Taylor Sheridan's most intimate story yet. The Madison follows a family raised in a world of digital distraction, forced by tragedy to truly see one another and come together. Starring Michelle Pfeiffer and Kurt Russell. The Madison. New series streaming now, only on Paramount Plus.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. You know, Matt Blaze, I love that, and here's why. One, how could you not get motivated with Rocky, right? And where Apollo Creed, we see all the calls. We're going to get to you, folks. Where Apollo Creed says, there is no tomorrow. That's the way that I generally live my life. I mean, what do you think about that clip there?
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. That's the best part in Rocky 3 is when Rocky's ready to fight Clubber Lang after the little press conference. He goes, and Mr. T's like, hey, woman, why don't you come over here? I'll show you what a real man. And then Rocky goes after him, and then he's like, come make the fight. And Mick goes, he's a wrecking machine, Rock. And he's hungry. You ain't been hungry since you fought Apollo. But I like that clip because that clip is, that's two different Rockies.
Right.
Because it's Rocky 3 and Rocky 5. Because that part when he goes about getting, it doesn't matter. It's not about how hard you get it. Mm-hmm. That's from Rocky 5. See, I know my Rockies.
I see you know your Rockies. I see you know them. I see you got it. So that's very interesting. Let's go to some of your telephone calls here. Thank you so much, Matt Blaze. Let's go to Greg in Michigan, line 5. What's on your mind, Greg?
Well, hello, Mr. Carter.
Hello, sir.
If I can quickly get off the subject of the Chicago mayor, I came up with something, Dominic, which may help your weight problem. I like Googling pictures.
Wait, who said I got a weight problem?
Yeah.
Who said I got a weight problem, Greg?
Well, yeah, I like Googling pictures of your podcast. And Dominic, you look like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
But Greg, don't insult me, Greg, please. But listen, this is what I don't like. Wait a minute. This is what I don't like. It says here that you want to comment on Chicago's mayor. And then you get on the air. Did it ever occur to you that I'm sick of these comments about these things to make and so on, and that I'm trying to move the show forward? Did that ever occur to you, Greg?
Yes. It has.
Okay, so then what makes you think I wanted your comment on weight? I took your call because it says you want to comment on the Chicago mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I agree with everything you're
thank you for the call and have a lovely night. Let's go to Saul, line 3, Brooklyn, New York. What's on your mind, Saul?
Hi, Mr. Carter. Would you say that what President Truman did was?
I like to live in the here and now. I like to live in the here and now.
I understand. My question
so the here and now. This is the last time I'm going to say it. The here and now.
Okay. So would you say that it's fair to go into Iran and do a similar thing, even though there will be tremendous loss of life to civilians?
Okay, why don't you tell me what you're really trying to say rather than lead me down this long path to try and trap me when that's impossible? Why don't you just tell me the point you're trying to make?
I don't know why you're being contentious.
Because I just want to. I don't have all day for your call. I have a lot of calls. What is the point you're trying to make?
The point I'm trying to make is how are you supposed to make peace with a nation that doesn't care about life? The only way to do that is to have them come to you and give their weapons to you. The only way
that's
you do
ridiculous.
That with a nation
Wait a minute. See, that's why you didn't want to get to the point. Do you realize, with all due respect, do you realize how ridiculous that is, what you just said? You're going to wait until they come to you and give you their weapons. You think that's ever going to happen with Iran?
Do you know that Japan for
No, are you
2,000
going to
years
answer the
never-
question, or am I going to move on?
I am going to answer the question.
Okay, so no, I don't want to hear about Japan.
I'm
I want you
making-
to answer the question. Do you really think Iran is going to come to the table? They're in defiance now. Do you really think Iran would ever come to the table and say, here are our weapons?
If enough people get killed. If enough people get killed,
Saul,
then yes.
Saul. Hey, I'm batting 1,000 with these nutty phone calls. Thank you for the call. Where are you folks getting these people from that are calling in tonight? Let's go to Jerry in Pennsylvania, line 2. Jerry, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. I would like to get some focus on the SAVE Act, and I think that that's the most important thing going on right now.
It may
that's
be,
getting
but
lost.
the votes are not there, Jerry, so we're just talking in the wind right now.
Well, the votes aren't there for cloture, but there are many ways around that. The votes 53 to 47 just took place. You only need a majority constitutionally. We should just break that filibuster and just get it done. Why don't the
Just
Republicans
break the
just
filibuster,
do it?
huh? Just
Yes.
break it.
Yes. Yes. Well, you think the Democrats are going to stay there, Dominic, at 60 when they get power because we're stupid? We don't do the
Okay,
SAVE
so
Act.
all right, so Jerry, okay, so we all want the SAVE Act, right? We all want no men in women's sports. We all want the ID for the voting and all the other things that President Trump
I don't
has
want
said.
mail-in voting. Is what I'm really
Excuse
concerned
me?
with. Yep. go
Say
ahead.
that again?
Mail-in voting is part of that, and that's a very big thing. Stop.
No, I
the
got
mail-in
it.
voting
I got
first.
it. But why are we going to waste time talking about this when the vote is not there?
But the vote is there, Dominic. 53-47 gets it done,
The vote as the way President Trump tells it, the vote as the way the Senate Majority Leader tells it, the vote is not there.
And what does that tell you?
Now you can disagree all you want to, but the two players at the table say the votes are not there.
So why do we not get anything done? But Democrats will do a 50 vote. They have done it before, and they broke the filibuster. Why?
Okay, so
Republicans
Jerry,
not
so then
willing to
why?
do that?
So why do you think the Senate Majority Leader and the President are stating, and the White House Press Secretary, that the support is just not there right now,
Because
as they
they're not
try to fight for
prioritizing.
it?
They're not prioritizing just how important it is. It's more.
Oh, they're
important than
not
that filibuster.
prioritizing. So
Well, you're
that's
gonna
why
lose
it's not
the-
happening.
You lose the midterms and you watch Trump. What's going to happen to his presidency? It's over with.
Okay, well, Jerry, listen, I support the SAVE Act, okay? I really do. I'm with you. But I'm also a realist. And if John Thune is telling us, the Senate Majority Leader, the votes are not there, and he's consistently telling us that, and so is the White House, then what else is going to happen here? You think that you're going to magically find a way around this?
I think they might. They actually might come through eventually. I don't know what their strategy is right now, but John Thune is a disaster, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he's the Senate Majority Leader. That's the bottom line. And either you deal with him.
I'm asking you, is he a good person for our party, the Republican Party, or your party? If you're in it, I don't know.
Obviously, that's a subjective question. It depends on what perspective you're coming from. Obviously, he's the leader, whether you like him or not. He's the leader, and you're not going to get around him. It's that simple. Jerry, thank you for the call. Let's go to Gail, line 5 in Manhattan. Gail, what's on your mind?
Hi. We can all rant and rave about Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson forever. It's missing the point. The point is the people who overwhelmingly elected him. There was someone else, I forget the man's name, another guy challenging him after Lori Lightfoot was leaving office. I guess she's term limited. And he was liberal, but common sense, middle of the road, not a crazy radical. Brandon Johnson was very open about his beliefs and how far left he was, how radical, and the people
So what should that tell you,
overwhelmingly
Gail? So what should that
elected
tell
him.
you? What should that tell you?
What's the point of complaining about him?
No. What I'm
this is what
saying,
the
Gail.
people
Wait,
want.
I'm using your own words. You're stating that there was someone that we could probably agree on might be a better mayor, and that Brandon Johnson was far left in the campaign. And I'm simply saying to you, what should that tell you?
I'm okay. You tell me. I don't know.
No, what I think it should tell you is that on the Democrat side, those that are the craziest, the most far left, those are the ones that promise free, free, free. That promise you're going to stand up to Trump, stand up to government. I'm going to give you this, give you that. Look at New York City. Those are the candidates that get elected on the Democrat side. And unfortunately, so what I'm trying to say to you is that the guy that Brandon Johnson was up against, he was just nominal opposition. He wasn't even a real candidate. So what should that tell you?
That the people, the low IQ voters, and
yes,
it doesn't seem like anything can reach them. Just, you know.
Okay, but until you find a way to get around them, it does not matter what you or I think.
Yeah, well, I don't have the answer to that. Could I ask you, say one more point, a little bit different, about Ilhan Omar?
Ilhan Omar,
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to see her deported and all that. But I've been hearing about her being investigated, I think, for years. And we hear these things, these subjects come up, and then they just disappear.
The investigation is just starting. I don't know what you're getting.
What about all that money? We heard that
there was no investigation. Gail, you got to get your facts right. There was no investigation of her. She's under investigation now. I'd say maybe 2 weeks. That's it.
And what about her husband's money? I guess I've heard these things talked about. Maybe they weren't officially being investigated before.
You may have heard that she should have been investigated and so on and so on.
Probably, yes.
But so now it's finally taking on steam now with the vice president. And if you listen to what he had to say, he's even saying that they got to find the exact way to go after her.
Yeah, so that's the issue.
So we can focus on the money and so on, but on the money that's in the husband's name and so on, and going from $60,000 net worth to $30 million, all of that stuff is great. But until it's seriously investigated, it means absolutely nothing. And now it's been about 2 weeks. It's being seriously investigated. I'll give you the final word, Gail. Go ahead.
Well, that's very good news. I saw all this stuff, and you hear the rumbles and the talk way ahead, I guess, before anything officially is launched about an investigation.
Correct.
So I feel I've been hearing about this stuff forever, and nothing ever happens. So maybe it will this time.
I think you can take that to the bank that it will this time. Gail, thank you for the call. Let's go to line 1, Al in Westchester. Al, what's on your mind?
Hi, Dominic. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you.
So it's great that the administration is trying to get all the illegals out, but what's to say?
Wait. All I heard, it's very hard to hear you. All I heard was it's great that, and you said something about illegals. What was the rest of it?
It's great that the administration is trying to get all the illegals that came in.
Okay.
That came in during the Biden administration out, but what's to say that they can't return like the guy that came back 4 times and killed that girl?
Correct. But that happened under Biden for the most part. Open borders. Trump has the border on lock. You think that's going to happen? Anything is possible. But do you think that's going to happen now? Because I don't.
Well, when he leaves office, it probably will.
Well, that's true, depending on if a Republican, if Vance continues and if he's the nominee. If a Democrat wins, you're correct. Then happy days are here again. They're all going to come, and it'll be is what it is. The situation will be is what it is under a Democrat, just like Biden, where I'm sure in a debate he'll say the door is open, and if he wins, the Democrat, then yes. But that's why it's important to turn out and vote. So, Al, what's your point?
Vance is not, well, but
wait, I didn't hear it. You said what is not well. It's very hard to hear you. Al, I did not hear. Are you on a speakerphone or something? I didn't hear the beginning.
I'm sorry. It's a revolving door, basically.
Right. You're saying that the system is a revolving door. But you believe it'll be a revolving door. So, but isn't that somewhat of a pessimist attitude? I'm sure you'll say you're being a realist. But if another Republican wins, how could it be a revolving door?
Well, that's the expectation. But Vance is not presidential material.
Well, that's what you say, but I don't know. I don't know why you
my
say
opinion.
that.
Correct.
Wait, Al, say that again, please.
Yeah, no. Vance, my opinion is that Vance is not presidential timber.
Why not?
I just don't see it. He doesn't have that gumption that Trump has.
Okay, well, he's a different man. I think he has it plenty, but, you're entitled to your opinion. Al, thank you for the call. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
When you go against the powers that be, when you're an African American and you support President Trump and you want off that Democrat plantation. So we all should know by now that the president sent the National Guard into high crime areas of Tennessee and has made a remarkable difference. People can come outside again and feel safe, let their children play. This one woman appearing on Fox, because she, an African-American woman, because she has stood with President Trump and the National Guard, has received nothing but death threats.
I've been receiving all sorts of threats and things of that nature, strange phone calls. The U.S. Marshals actually have been, having to protect my home and patrol my home, because of it. But I'm not backing down. I am standing firm and standing, firm in my beliefs that this is what the president has done, and we are very, very grateful for it to this day, to this very moment. We still have not heard any gunshots. And I promise you, I will die on that hill making that testament. We're truly honored and truly, truly grateful. But yes, the backlash has been very, very thick, and a lot of it is coming from the left. The people that they consider to be this loving party. I have been receiving the nastiest racist comments.
So you go against the plantation, that is what happens. So we've spent a lot of time over the last 2 hours, and we will continue to focus on this. The murder of 18-year-old freshman Sheridan Gorman from Westchester County, New York, shot in Chicago allegedly by an illegal shot in the back of the head. It is absolutely horrible. Laura Trump commenting on this as well on Fox News.
Tonight, enough is enough. The tragic story of Sheridan Gorman is one we're getting far too familiar with telling. A college freshman, 18 years old, gunned down while walking with her friends. An innocent life cut too short by someone who should never have been in this country. The accused shooter, a Venezuelan migrant, had been released into the U.S. during Biden's open border. And he'd already been arrested once in Chicago. But instead of being punished, he was allowed to walk free. And now he's charged with murder. But when Loyola's student newspaper correctly called this suspect exactly what he is, an illegal migrant, they were pressured into apologizing. And in a moment when Chicagoans are looking for leadership, they got this photo op from Mayor Brandon Johnson posing in front of a new city snowplow dubbed Abolish ICE. He's adding fuel to the fire.
And that is exactly what is occurring in Chicago. The mayor adding fuel to the fire while the family over the weekend here in Westchester County, in their first public appearance, pouring their hearts out over what has happened to this 18-year-old young lady. And it is horrible. It is despicable. Matt Blaze, I will close with you this morning. Did you do anything good this weekend? Do you have anything good? Why are you frowning like that?
My weekends were spent taking care of my dog.
Well, that's good. That makes you happy.
Yes, she's running around. She likes to chase the Frisbee. You have this little dog Frisbee thing. So I throw the Frisbee, but then she brings it back, but then she doesn't want to give it back to you, so she like kind of circles around. So I have to trick her, and I have a ball too. And she'll put the ball and the Frisbee in her mouth and run around the yard with both of them. And then eventually she drops the ball. So I'll take the ball and I'll hold it out for her, and then she'll come running, and then she'll go to grab the ball, and then I can grab the Frisbee out of her mouth, and then I'll throw it, and she'll chase after it. She's pretty quick. And then, it tires her out, because now that she got kicked out of daycare, I gotta keep her active and tired.
Yeah, see, I don't get to do those things with my cat, Beyonce. If I
you don't throw a Frisbee to Beyonce?
No,
She
Beyonce
doesn't
won't.
fetch
Beyonce
Frisbee?
look at me like I'm crazy. Beyonce just likes to go outside, and I don't know why Beyonce likes to eat the grass. And then if he eats the grass, then it's going to be a bad session inside the house.
Yeah, I get the same thing, because the dogs, they do the same thing. They eat grass.
Right.
When it's time.
And we'll continue this tomorrow, folks. I want you to have a great day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight, and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode, so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?